It's your boy, the one and only A Switch, aka who keep licking on my kneecaps, aka the Komaki Tiger Dropper, aka undisputed, undefeated, uncontested social distancing champion, aka something, something, something out of nothing, aka the nigga lip master, bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sites, episode 138. Making the moves. Not really, but did I say, is it 38 or, oh, let me fact check. Hold up. Let me snip this in the bud right now. 48, excuse me. I think I said 38. 48, damn. Wow. That puts things even into more perspective. But yeah. For those that don't know, Switches Sites podcast is a solo video game podcast where your boy A Switch just talks, giving you that sultry. I don't even know what you would. I don't know what people would define my voice as, but apparently people like it. I don't know. So I'm just speaking into the whatever it's called. Is it the? I hate to say that. I feel like that word is so taboo now, metaverse, but I digress. Today's date is April 7th, 2022. Hopefully everybody ducked and dodged the April Fool's jokes. I think I recorded last episode right before April Fool's, which is funny enough. So actually I don't think there was any that really stood out that come to mind. The one game, what was it? McDonald's had their what was it? Their Sprite, spicy Sprite or whatever. I think piggybacking on the jokes that Twitter and everybody else were making fun of how the Sprite the Sprite ingredients or whatever is different. A fountain Sprite from McDonald's is way different than literally any other Sprite in terms of it could it could heal cancer, it'll burn any diseases, just all these hilarious rumors. But yeah, apparently they went in with that joke. Was it spicy Sprite? I think it was spicy Sprite. The one game, damn it, what was it called? Naraka Blade Point. They had it was a really good joke. Well, it basically had the ponytails, just ponytails as a weapon. And I ain't gonna lie, it looked pretty legit. I'm like, damn, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's a little goofy, but then like, it just shows how good of a joke it was. I was like, fully committed. I'm like, damn, I might have to actually play it because I bought it. I never played it yet, but let me need to try this Naraka Blade Point. And then I was like, oh, it's April Fool's. It would have been. I hope they do put that in. That's the one April Fool's joke I'm kind of sad that isn't real. But you never know. I mean, they changed Yakuza, the genre of Yakuza, all because of an April Fool's joke. So anything's possible, right? I mean, I'm not speaking out of spitefulness at all. Anyway, outside of that, nothing really significant this week in terms of I guess real world news. So I'm not even going to speak on it. Happy House of the Dead remake day. I know it dropped today specifically. I doubt anybody cares, but you know what? I care. Is the reviews weren't necessarily too glaring, not too bad either. So it's kind of somewhere in between. But a fan like myself, just want to put it out there. bring some awareness that otherwise would not be awared. Some awareness that would not be awared. But you know, so well, damn. Outside of that, I don't know. I always say that at least on the docket for today, actually not too much, but I always say that, but then I always like go in one way or another and actually meet the timings of my show somehow, some way. So not even gonna get into that. So you know what? You know what? Let's stop the dilly dallying and get right into it. First topic of discussion. First topic of discussion. I never thought I'd see the day, but the day finally came. Tremendous day, to be exact, where it's been officially announced. I'm getting, my nipples are getting hard just saying it right now. But Remedy, the folks that made probably one of the most iconic games, at least personally, one of my favorite games of all time, series for that matter, Max Payne, did announce that they are in fact remaking Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, with a development agreement with Rockstar Games. Yeah. I'm just reveling in this moment. Just after saying that, and that being a reality is taking me somewhere I didn't know I could go. Taking me to a realm I didn't think was was possible. But here we are. Man, we are in a reality where Max Payne 1 and 2 are being remade. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. Wonderful day today. Yeah, so officially announced by Remedy, remaking Max Payne 1 and 2 with an agreement with Rockstar Games. So that's I think that's surprising of itself. I don't think Rockstar Remedy and Rockstar necessarily had a bad relationship or anything like that, because I mean obviously they made 1 and 2, but I know somewhere down the line they separated, and obviously they weren't in developing the third game. So yeah. It's still sinking in. It's still sinking in. But it is good to see them come back together, because it definitely seemed like one, the Max Payne IP felt like it's been in this limbo for who knows how long, because I think Max Payne 3 came out in like 2012ish, I think. Let me fact check that real quick actually. Let me fact check. May 15th, 2012. Damn. Yeah, that was a good birthday. That was around my birthday. I do remember that. So yeah. So yeah, it's been in this weird, I guess, limbo where it's like, are they gonna do something to it? Are we gonna get a remake or something? And thankfully, we at least got that train going. Where yeah, man, 1 and 2 being remade. Where there were some other details regarding it specifically that I wanna get into. Actually, let's read this little excerpt here. The relationship between Remedy and Rockstar Games dates back to the original release of the critically acclaimed critically acclaimed Max Payne and Max Payne 2, Fall of Max Payne games, developed by Remedy and published by Rockstar Games. Both games left an incredible mark in popular culture, lauded for neo-noir atmosphere, groundbreaking storytelling, and bullet time gunplay. I thought that was something revelatory, so that's why I read it, but I'm disappointed. We are thrilled when our longtime friends at Remedy approached us about remaking the original Max Payne game, said Sam Houser, founder of Rockstar Games. We're massive fans of the work the Remedy team has created over the years, and we can't wait to play these new versions. So, interesting. That's cool that Remedy actually approached them to do it. I mean, who else would do it? Okay, here we go. So, under the development agreement signed today, Remedy will develop the games as a single title for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Sex using its proprietary Northlight game engine. The game's development budget will be financed by Rockstar Games, the size of which will be in line with typical Remedy AAA game production. Under the agreement, Remedy has a royalty opportunity after Rockstar Games has recouped its development, marketing, and other costs for distributing and publishing the game. And I guess this is also an important note. The project is currently in the concept development stage. So, well, yeah. So, essentially, I believe the same engine that was made with Control and what was it? It was Control and what was the other damn game? The dude. This is showing how ignorant I am. The dude that was Frost and X-Men. Oh man. Who's that? I forgot his name. What was that called? It was something. I see his face. He like could shoot bullets and put it in like a gusher, a gusher looking thing. Oh, this is getting real ignorant. Put it in a gusher looking thing, and what is it called? What is it called? I don't want to look it up because I know it's somewhere in my head. Control something. Time something. Quantum Break. I knew I had it. It was somewhere in there. Is it? Now I'm doubting myself. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure it's Quantum Break. But just enough where I'm not sure. Quantum Break. Okay. Yeah. I was right. All right. Quantum Break. Yeah. So using that engine, oh man. Just thinking of Max Payne being put in that new engine. Oh, that's gonna look good. A part of me, not gonna lie, part of me is kind of slightly bittersweet that we won't see the see the infamous Sam Lake face that was at least in the first one, where it's I'm gonna try to do it. I'm trying to do it out loud. It looked like it pretty much looked like he was literally taking a shit. He's like, it was great though. It was great. It added to the B movie corniness. Corniness, but with the air of coolness, which I guess is technically like a John Woo movie. I always got the John Woo John Woo the John Woo references, but I don't think I ever necessarily watched a John Woo movie. I'll probably get my culture, definitely be on the docket before this comes out. Get my just get cultured, I guess. Would it be? I don't think it would necessarily be reverse culture, but be cultured within the reference material. before this remake comes out. So yeah. Um oh man. Just seeing how they're, yeah. It's so many possibilities. I'm kind of overwhelmed mentally, like what they could do. I'll say at least what I think they should, what they should keep, which I think they will likely keep, which is of course the immaculate, perfect storytelling, which that's always been one of my favorite parts of the game. Just the comic panels and just the narration. Uh Probably I'd say damn near one of the best stories in games personally. That I just really resonated with me. Just the loss and acceptance, grievance, and just dealing with all that, and deception, betrayal. And it's just like all wrapped up in just a comic book, uh, film noir esque. Everything is everything is depressing. Sam eating like 3 week old donuts. It's horrible. You just feel it. It's just rugged. It's just rough. It's hard out here. It's just rough in these streets. Everything's gonna be gone in a New York minute. You know. Oh, I wanna. It's funny. Like part of it is probably because like I feel like deep down inside that I feel that in some ways, that like, oh yes, this feels great. I don't know how to describe it. It's like feeling like damn, how do I describe it? Like feeling like you are feeling that feeling of depression from through somebody else, I guess, in a weird way. That like you kind of want to feel bad, or like kind of low, kind of depressed in some instances, at least within the context of this game series. I think it's just a weird, funny, kind of cathartic feeling to have playing these games. Just like, man, I kind of want to feel it sounds so weird. It's like, I kind of want to feel down today. I just want to feel like everything is just weighty and just horrible in some ways, just dreary, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it, I think. So, being able to feel all this again in remastered form, is a dream come true. It really is. I can't wait to see it fully realized. I do hope they keep the comic book panel storytelling. Not really a fan of the Max Payne 3-ish type, we're kind of gonna do it, but we're kind of not we're kind of gonna half-ass it a bit. I mean, it was tasteful for what it was, but like if I had having a preference, I would prefer it to be traditionally, probably some reworked art, with all the panels, and kind of revised slightly to some extent. And that's really it. And of course the iconic music, I don't see them going straying far from that. It just that instantly makes me feel depressed right then and there. Like, how can you not feel depressed by that score? And the severe loss he loses. I'm not gonna spoil what, like a 25-year-old game now. What, damn, 21-year-old game now. That is kind of crazy to think about, man. Anyway, yeah, of course I'm very interested to see what they are gonna add to the bullet time, because it's like And it's funny like how like the Matrix came back, and now we're gonna get like the game that technically was inspired by the Matrix, but then the Matrix referenced to an extent as well. That's gonna be kind of interesting. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'm very curious to see if they're gonna. I don't know. I doubt they're gonna try to change much. I think. I mean, technically, if they just like, you know, I mean, this is probably, I guess, technically the worst case scenario, but they're like kept the exact same cutscenes, music, whatever, but just had like upgraded visuals. I would be mildly disappointed, but would be satisfied to an extent to kind of see, how things react in this new engine. I guess that's where what I'm more interested in terms of like all the additions that were added to two. I mean, I would assume they're probably gonna keep the additions consistent across both games. So I think like, the spinning random reload and bullet time, I think that's gonna make its way to the first game, as well as the did does this engine really support ragdoll? I think it does to an extent. Not as fun as the not as fun as like Max Payne 2. I anticipate, but you never know. They might make it pretty authentic to the to 2 as well. But some form of more, I don't know, reactionary ragdoll physics similar to the Sega game, I think would be great. And adding those elements to the first game, I think is gonna bring that game to a whole new level. Cause like literally one of my favorite games of all time, and then the fact that they're gonna make that even better. Oh, I can't wait. Um, is there anything that wouldn't necessarily that would be cut? Oh yeah. Oh my god. How could I forget? Yeah, I hope they do something with that damn baby blood what is it called? Baby blood platforming puzzle thing. Oh, yeah, that's literally, yeah, they definitely got to do something about that. Yeah, I anticipate them making that more cinematic than like platformy, which they totally should do that. I don't see Max Payne as a platformer. I don't think anybody necessarily sees it as that. So that is definitely the one big change I think will definitely benefit from this remake, and I hope they do revise. I think that's collectively been I don't know the word, like collectively despised. That's collectively despised. I think that's very accurate. So here's hoping, here's hoping. Forgot to change my title. Let me do that. I forgot to do it for Twitch, so now I look like an idiot. Looking like an idiot. I did forget to. I forgot everything. Got that a title. What are we gonna? We're gonna do this live right now. Damn it. What is it gonna be? Max Payne. Max. What was his slogan? Not to the max. You know what? Let's do it. Pain is pain is back to the max. Yes, that's exactly what it's gonna be. Pain is back to the max. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Pain is back to the max. So yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's the really only annoying, irritating. Like every time I get to that section, like, maybe I should take a break. Um, yeah, I think otherwise, it's so much potential. I'm just very curious to see what it's gonna look like, how they're gonna translate. Well, I doubt they will use Sam Lake's likeness. It'll probably be more in line with Max Payne 2's likeness, I would assume. So that'd be a cool Easter egg. I'm certain they'll probably keep a original skin in there or something like that. That'll be pretty dope. Ah, this is so great. Max Payne 1 and 2. I guess that's another detail. It is going to be a package, so 1 and 2 are bundled in one game. So, which I think is a very good idea because like they literally both are very close knit in terms of continuity and everything. So, yes, yes. Oh man. Hopefully they ease up on the escort missions. I think that was more of an issue with two than a one, but yeah, man, Max Payne being remade. Hey, you know one thing? I know we getting a lot of remakes and stuff, but hey, this is one remake I'll have no complaints about. It definitely could use a facelift, you know, especially from 2001. It does look good for what it is. But still, oh man, you know what I hope they do? Oh, I hope they do. Clear reference to playthrough previously, a while back, uh, when I actually was streaming games. Is I hope they somewhat, that would be fun as hell if they implement the kung fu mod that was hugely popular back in the PC days. I hope they like make some new mode or something to like, you know, play through the game with that specifically, and like essentially a lot of those a lot of the components from that mod would be pretty damn dope. I don't know, and then the fact that it is a you know, obviously a reference, response to the Matrix, and the Matrix uh 4 was kind of a response to them. I think it would be a I think it would be a pretty dope it'd be pretty cool, you know, another reference to its source material as well. That'd be dope. Yeah, like a little, you know, beat it. Let's say you beat it on hard boiled, you unlock that. Oh, that'd be cool. That would be cool. It's a lot they could do, and I think, you know, it's definitely good that the original company, development team that worked on the original games, is actually remaking this. That was one concern I had, if they were actually were to remake this, which obviously they're now doing, but was that I my concern was that Rockstar was going to remake it at some point, and then, you know, not having Remedy involved. um yeah, not having them involved would I don't know. Oh, especially considering the Grand Theft Auto collection. I mean, clearly that was, you know, it was some very weird conditions where they had a lot of pressure to release it in a short amount of time. But I mean, you never know. So this is definitely the best scenario in terms of being remade for sure. So, ah, man, just hearing Max's narration, the world was horrible. This damn got some ice poop in my sandwich, and I can't go I can't go about my day. It's so dreary. The sun at night, darkest before dawn. This donut is round, but why isn't it square? I mean, the world comes at you crazy sometimes. Sometimes you a round donut, sometimes you a square donut. You never know. Oh man. It's a wonderful day. It really is. Max Payne is being remade. It's a beautiful day. It really is. What a time to be alive. Oh, man. So good. Well, man. Yeah, I can't think what else they could they have a lot of options, but they have a really strong template. So, definitely can't wait to recap. They say they're in the conceptual phase, so I don't see this probably coming out until like 2025 maybe. I don't know. I feel like the timeline for remakes are, I mean, but you have the template there to an extent, but then you got to remake it in, a new engine too. So, I don't know. Here's your dead pain. Your dead pain. Hold it. Oh, I need those. I need that dialogue. I need those exact dialogue lines. You're dead, pain. Get him. It's pain. Let me stop. Oh man. Okay. Enough gushing about Max Payne being remade, even though it is glorious as it is. And you know what? Actually, it actually kind of works out. Damn, I spent like a half hour talking about gushing about Max Payne. Anyway, that kind of works out because that was exactly the only news topic we did have for today. So, with that being said, we'll move on to what I've been playing, which has been Ghostwire Tokyo. If I get my time code right, if I can. Ghostwire Tokyo, which is made by the developers of The Evil Within 1 and 2. Did they make something else? Maybe not. But Tango Gameworks, of course, headed by the infamous, the legendary Shinji Mikami. For those that don't know, who made the original Resident Evil. He made the original Resident Evil, and he came back to make Resident Evil 4. And I mean, you know how legendary that game is. So, also God Hand. Let's people sleeping on that game, but they shouldn't. They need to wake up, stand up. So yeah, so at least with all that being in mind, Ghostwire Tokyo, basically you take the role of, what is his name, Akito. He's like, at least when you start out, he down bad. He got into a car accident. The world is all in a mist, at least in Tokyo where he located at. And then this ghost, KK, basically possesses him. I wouldn't say possess, maybe partial possession. It's like, I'm gonna possess you partially. I don't want to possess you fully. I just want to partially possess. Partial possession. So basically that gives him his powers that you see if you watch the trailers, where he does the finger motions and can do like wind, and then later in the game, not really spoilers, but you get other elements, fire and water, and then each one has their unique properties. Like wind is more like, I guess you can say, closest to like a machine gun, handgun type thing, where it's you have a lot of ammo, or quote unquote ammo in this case. I forgot what they call it. I want to say key or something like that, where you can shoot that in rapid succession. And then the water water ability is, I guess, kind of closest to like a similar to a shotgun in a sense, where it has very limited range, but a lot of widespread, limited, limited range, but a widespread, limited range, but a widespread in terms of like when you're shooting that out, and then you got the fire ability, which is literally like, I guess, a rocket launcher in a sense. You have very low ammo, but it hits like a truck for most of the enemies. And then you got these enemies that are like, it seems they originated from like yokai, Japanese folklore and things like that. I think that dude, the one guy is like with the umbrella, is literally Slender Man. At least that's who he reminds me of. You got like the ring references in terms of a lot of girls that are just ghastly with long hair and gowns, and they got some teeth that'll rip you up to shreds and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah. So with all that said, the combat pretty much like a first person shooter, but with a, you know, I guess Japanese spin to it, where, you know, you're, like I explained, the weapons and stuff is like your abilities that are provided by KK to do, you know, do these abilities. But yeah, that's probably one of the downsides, I say, of the game. Personally, I feel like the combat, at least initially, is interesting. They add a few things, you know, as the game progresses, but then it gets to a point, like I'd say maybe the first 3 hours, where pretty much that's it. And it gets pretty stagnant in terms of the combat. It is not as not as deep as, like, you know, a lot of other combat systems are. You know, you basically shoot your, you know, finger guns. I'll say that, finger guns at enemy. They all get to a point where their core exposes, where it is some benefit to doing that, where you can grab their core and you get more power, or depending on your upgrades, you get more power, and then you also get more power to an ability that you get later in the game. I won't spoil anything, but yeah. So I mean, there's that, and then there is the cool factor of, like, if you get a lot of enemies in the state, and you do it at once, it'll take all of them out, and he'll drag all of the cores out of them all at once, which is pretty cool. But outside of that, that's pretty much it. Like, rinse and repeat. You get some enemies that make you, you know, have to shoot lower, higher, and things like that. And there's, of course, there's a blocking system similar to Resident Evil in a sense, but at least in this game you can parry. Yeah, I guess it's best to, like, perfect block. It's probably more accurate, where if you block just before the attack hits, you get rewarded by you not taking damage at all, versus if you block in any normal circumstance, you do take some damage. So story, I guess, yeah, to say I have beaten it. It's I think if you critical path it, it's like 8 to 10 hours. But there is a fair amount of side stuff you can do, side quests. I did a couple, but then I just like, I was starting to lose interest in general. So I was like, you know, let me just beat this, because at least the combat specifically was waning on me. But yeah. So yeah, the story is not really that strong, I have to admit. It just wasn't, at least for me, it wasn't really hitting for me. I think it was just very predictable. And yeah, everything was kind of expected, anticipated. But one thing that is really great about this game is the setting, which I really do enjoy. I think it is definitely one of the best environments in a game I've seen. I'm a huge fan of just the whole vibe of the city. Everything is like desolate, and, like, you know, obviously because of ghosts possessing people and people gone and stuff like that. which is actually a mechanic in the game where you kind of ghost Pokemon in a sense, where you gotta pretty much catch them all, roughly. Not in that, not in the traditional Pokemon sense, but you gotta capture them and bring them back home, pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. It just didn't really hit like I wanted it to. The aiming is kind of clunky for some reason. I feel like, compared to a lot of other shooters, which is at least fair to compare it to in this sense, it just, the aiming felt really off. I was playing on PS5. There is a PC version where I think maybe you can get away a bit easier with the aiming because of the preciser, more precise mouse controls and aiming. So, but I don't think that, even if that is the case, I don't think that will really save this game from being great. Personally, yeah, just it was fine, but it wasn't great in my opinion. So it's okay. We all can't be great, but hey, you know, there's greatness for everybody. I don't know where I was going. Anyway, moving on. Also played Persona 5 Strikers. So this is man, I'm kind of slightly mad I did not play this sooner, but yeah, so Persona 5 Strikers is basically, at least from what I've heard, is like a Persona 5 a Persona 5 Musu. For those that don't know what a Musu is basically pretty much Dynasty Warrior games, Samurai Warrior games, where you are a warrior, warrior in like a environment where you're fighting a lot of enemies at once, which is, at least to my understanding, the traditional sense of a Musu. So pretty much Persona 5 Musu. That would be kind of a dope name, but obviously there must be some reasoning for this. But Persona 5 Strikers. So yeah, literally Persona 5 Musu. But what I was very surprised by was how close in terms of presentation and UI it is to Persona 5. I thought it was going to be like a somewhat fairly different game overall in terms of feel and vibe, but literally it feels like I just played Persona 5 and I'm playing a continuation or a sequel, I guess in this case, to it, which is cool. As a huge fan of Persona 5 after playing it last year, I'm all on this Persona 5 train. And man, as somebody who like just having an inkling desire to play Persona 5 again, that's like, damn, 160 hours. I'm like, I don't got that kind of time to play all over again. So, this is definitely hitting that spot in terms of some yearning to get back into that world of Persona. So, at least so far, I was very surprised. Like, just the startup is very Persona 5-ish, with like a very extended like intro to everything and the story and the plot of this game. Where at least to my understanding, basically it takes place. Is it like a year? It's either a year or a half year after the events of Persona 5, and then yeah, everybody coincidentally comes back and are, come back to the same spots from the Persona 5 game, like their whole hideout spot, and everybody meets up. And man, I think that just really threw me for a loop, just how similar, at least in terms of just UI and presentation, it is to the original Persona game, which is a very good thing in my opinion. So that's definitely piqued my interest, but I've only played like maybe 3 hours so far. I plan to play more. But man, it's that's definitely captivated me. Huge factor, at least I think a big reason why Persona 5 has resonated with me so much is just the music I still bump consistently, regularly. You can actually change the music to actually be strictly Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal, or the new this new Persona 5 Royal track, which at least so far seems to be remixed music from the original Persona games or uh, Persona 5 itself. So that's been cool. Really digging that. I at least put it to random, which is an option where you can, I guess, cycle through all of them. I thought it would be cool. I'm not sure if it's actually a thing where I assume that like if you go to a certain level, it plays the Persona 5 Strikers music, and then you could possibly like, I'm not really feeling this track, and then I could revert it back to Persona 5, which will probably reference to a previous track from Persona 5, like specifically for a stage where they have a Persona 5 track in mind for the specific stage or whatever. So, but yeah, I the combat seems like it has potential to be interesting. I hope I assume you're able to play as the other characters, which I don't know. Joker is not really hitting it for me combat wise, but then again, I can't even fully say that yet because I haven't really fully got a grasp of it. I feel like I'm still in the tutorial kind of part of the game, which for Persona is like damn near 10 hours. I think was is literally like the intro to the game. Which yeah, I vividly remember like, damn, this is kind of long. But then after a certain point, it's like it hits, and I'm like, oh damn, okay, I'm in it now. So yeah, really digging Persona 5 Strikers. It's a PS Plus game. If you, it was one of the PS Plus games, I think, towards the beginning of this year. I want to say February. It was one of these months of this year, I believe. So, um, so far so good. You know. With that being said, that concludes what I've been playing. So I'll get into what I've been watching, which has been, of course, The Walking Dead. One episode left. One episode left. Man. This episode, hey, I have to give shouts out to Merces, which is spoilers for The Walking Dead, by the way, if you care. Merces, which is Mercer and Princess. I knew that was gonna happen at some point. I guess it apparently is a comic. It was a comic book canon that they actually get in a relationship. But I was like, oh, well, hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Mercer. Get. I don't even know how you would say it. It sounds weird, but yeah. Mercer says, and then Mercer not letting Princess in after they did the thing, and then eventually like, oh, I'm sorry. I know we see each other, but at a certain area, but now we see each other better now. Type. I don't even know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's at least my vibe from them. Then pretty much the rest of this episode was who's the dude? I'm just gonna call him the Better Call Saul looking dude. It's ignorant. It's true though. The Better Call Saul looking dude. I wonder if they're related. I feel like they're probably brothers. They might not be, but damn it, they do look related. Better Call Saul dude who trying to run Commonwealth in disguise, it feels like. Was checking the area where they took care of the corrupt Commonwealth dude that was trying to take out this foundation plantation, what do you call it, living quarters, and basically he's kind of caught on to what happened, and that obviously they turned on them for turning on these people for no reason, and eventually, oh yeah, he finds towards the end he finds the girl, Daryl's ex fling, in the wilderness, and sets her up to hunt Maggie and probably some of the other folks, I would assume, but at least primarily Maggie. So, and that's leading to the season finale. So, well, it's so annoying. Season finale of part 2 of the final season 11. Just the fact that I said that annoyed me. Ugh, man. Ugh. So, let's drag this season out as long as we possibly can to milk as much money from fans of this show. I mean, it's working clearly because I'm watching it and talking about it now. So, what can you do? I'm a watch it, of course. Though I gotta see this through. As much as they drag us by the ankles, I gotta see this through. 2013 and now I won't stop. Let me stop. I won't stop as I actually stop. Speaking of series that dragged their last season to oblivion, Attack on Titan as well. Man, I'm getting irritated. I feel like a fool at this point. I'm talking about literally 2 shows in a row where they literally dragging the last season. It is irritating, but it really is. Man, I digress. Anyway, so Attack on Titan final season. There really isn't anything really that's, I don't know, too spoilerable about it. I can't even remember it, to be honest. I think I'm really mad about the fact that they damn it, what happened? Oh yeah, so they were trying to prepare for the Titans and catch up with Aaron. Oh, they jumped back a bit before the current events to kind of when Aaron was with everybody, and had heartfelt moments and stuff like that, protecting a kid that was stealing from the neighborhood. And then it kind of paid off because then they was like, "Hey, buddy, we'll have drinks together," and everybody drinking and happy, having fun. And then what did was it Mikasa? I think Mikasa to Aaron saying like, why do you? What did he say? Something about family, or no? I think she said something to Aaron about family, and that damn it, I forgot what he said. It was something that was like apparently maybe triggering, but he wanted to at least defend them to the end, apparently going by what he said towards the end of this, where he said something, I must protect these people specifically, but everybody else can die, type of deal. Pretty much everybody I grew up with will live, but everybody else, terror, death, something like that. But yeah, pretty much after that, they Aaron got his old damn clique group crew of Titans, just they just bullying, just straight bullying. They like, oh, these cannons do nothing to us, burning people, just stomping on the, is it LDA? I'm showing my knowledge right now. I'm showing my retention. I'm showing my retention right now. But anyway, yeah, so that was pretty much towards the beginning of towards the end of this last season. They freaking revealed that oh, hey guys, yeah, so we're gonna have another season. Well, actually, no, it's not another season. It's actually is actually a continuation of last season because we want more money. So, and that's not going to be until 2023. So, yeah, I mean, more Attack on Titan. Yeah, give us more money, please. Ugh, that is so annoying, man. How many? How many Titans? How many? How many Titans can we tack on? How many Titans? How many Titans can we attack on? How many? Stop it. We uh Attack on Titan finals Attack on Titan final season, Alpha Omega EX Rising Rising Gold Edition. Ugh. That just rubbed it rubs me the wrong way. A whole damn year. We had blue balls like, oh man. How many years? It's been like 3 years since this whole last season has been going on. They broke it at like a while back, and now we got to continue it now. You know what? We gotta stretch this even longer because we need the money. Everybody like Attack on Titan, but we gotta capitalize on this money too. No, I'm not gonna read the manga. I like to watch the anime in action, music, all the bells and whistles. That's how I like to consume the content. At this point, it's like I might as well because I've been so patient. Literally, a course of the last season is like 3 years. This is crazy to me. Uh that just rubs me some certain way. That's not ideal. I'll say that. It rubs me a way that's not ideal. Let's let's just say that. Anyway, moving on. Also watched Moonknight. I missed talking about it last time, but 1 and 2, at least as far as now, pretty decent. First episode was very interesting. Just the mysteriousness of like, damn it, what is his name? I am very forgetful of names. Apparently, I wasn't just watching it. I know the one dude's Mark Spector. The other dude is Marcus. No, one is Mark for sure. I forgot the other dude's name. It starts with an M, I think. Damn it. Basically, there's the town, the nice traditional, I think, original personality, and then there's the secondary personality, which is Spectre. So basically, you discover that throughout the show. Spoilers for Moonknight if you care, but and then yeah, at least the first episode was definitely interesting. Second episode kind of fell off a bit, then kind of picked up a little bit towards the end. You got suited up Moonknight. I was like, okay, he ready to go to the club. Man, I ain't gonna lie. You go to the club in that suit, that get up. I don't know. I think you would. I think you pulling somebody. I don't. I guess that's the question. Who you would be pulling? I think you pulling somebody though. But I digress. Yeah. So Moonknight is gonna be mooning. I don't know if that's. I clearly don't. I'm not familiar with the original source material, so anyway, keeping in line with Marvel stuff, man, I forgot to talk about it last time as well, but also watched Morbius. Man, I'll say this. it was decent. I thought it was decent. I don't think it's as horrible as everybody's making it out to be. I thought it was decent. It wasn't the best Marvel movie. Don't get me wrong, but I thought it was decent. At least it felt pretty concise, pacing wise. I mean, there was definitely a lot of corniness in there, but I thought it was decent. It was okay. I didn't think it's as bad as what people were making out to be. I'll tell you this. It was literally like it was like an early showing. I was pretty much damn near. I think it was like max. Oh yeah, max maybe like 7 people. I think 7 to 10 people. I think. At first, it was like me and somebody else, and then I think a couple other people came in. I don't know if these were people that like snuck in after another movie or what, but I was like, yeah, this is pretty. This is the lowest I've seen to any movie I've been, at least I recall. So, damn. Yeah, so I mean that going in, it was funny. Some of the moments, at least I personally didn't find funny. Somebody was having a ball in behind me, so that was, I mean, for what that's worth. I mean, I think a lot of people were laughing at the movie for different reasons, which is totally understandable. Hey, I mean, you enjoyed it in some way. I thought it was okay. You got some of, I guess, somewhat violence. It's PG-13, so they couldn't do much. But you got Morbius being a vampire, being about that vamp life, chomping on people. Um, he needs blood, or I guess they do his whole origin story, which at least my frame of reference has been the Spider-Man animated cartoon, pretty much. I thought he's a pretty cool character in that sense, but I was like, okay. I mean, they got some potential. They could maybe do something with it, and I mean, they did something with it. I mean, I don't know. It's for you to decide if it's good or not. I doubt. I think most people don't like it, but which I understand. It was okay. It was okay. Um, yeah, I guess that's really it. I don't really feel like getting into it that much, but then also watched Sonic 2 yesterday. There was a early screening. Man, Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is pretty damn great. Spoilers for Sonic 2 coming up at some point. I'll try to be free about it for now, but man, it was pretty good. Idris Elba was awesome as Knuckles. Knuckles in of itself in this movie was very greatly represented well. Shout out to the black representation. It was a lot of actually surprised by the amount of black representation in this movie in terms of just characters in the film. What else? Damn. Tails is pretty good. I heard the original voice actor for Tails from the games and I think some of the animated stuff. She actually reprised the role for Tails. What's his name? The guy that plays Sonic. He did a pretty good job. I mean, it you could tell it's geared towards kids with some of the humor, is like a couple fart jokes and a couple what was it? Oh God, yeah. I don't think it's a huge spoiler, but Jim Carrey doing the floss. I was like, I guess does that still appeal to who does that appeal to? I don't know if that appeals to anybody anymore. but it was done. It was done. I mean, if anybody would do it, it would be Jim Carrey, I guess. Jim Carrey was pretty good in terms of being Dr. Robotnik this time. Going to different levels with his kookiness, which that is signature Jim Carrey behavior. Yeah, all around is great. Um, Everything I wanted to happen in this movie that I kind of anticipated did exactly happen, and I'm very, very satisfied in that sense. Um, yeah, there wasn't necessarily any moments I didn't like. It was just some, I guess, just having that understanding of it being catering to kids as well as adults, being an all around family movie. I think it did a pretty good job. Pace was pretty good. Love the rivalry they made with Sonic and Knuckles, which is obviously very reminiscent of the game. Um, yeah, that's one thing too. I think they did very good job to cater to fans of the games as well as people who never watched or who never played the games. I think they kept a good balance where it's like a lot of stuff, just happens but doesn't necessarily is over any people who haven't played the games heads, if that makes sense. But clearly if you are a fan of the games, you'll see a lot of the references and clearly the elements of the story that happened. So at least getting a little bit more spoilery now. Um, Damn. Man. So I part of me was like, what would make this movie great if we actually got supersonic, which we did because it got to a point in the story where they succeeded, got the Chaos Emerald from Robotnik on the floor. Sonic all messed up, beat up. I, it's right there. I gotta get it. I must get it. So slowly creeping towards it. Probably the whole theater's at the edge of their seat. Like, come on, Sonic, you come on. And in the back of my head, I'm like, please, please, please turn into Supersonic. Please do it. Sure enough, damn, that boy morphed and the Supersonic tore that Dr. Robotnik's made chaos robot up. Actually, that was a pretty dope robot, by the way. Just the effects, it was very well done. Tore it up, and then what did he use all this power for to get a damn chili cheese dog? I'm like, damn it, that ain't Sonic. I don't know who is. So then I think they broke it, or he broke it, and then Knuckles put it back together, and then now they're protecting it. I guess the story. And I was like, in my head as well. After that, I'm like, they gotta tease a Sonic. I mean, they gotta tease Shadow the Hedgehog for the next one. I thought it was either gonna be Shadow or Robo Sonic. I forgot I think it's Metal Sonic or something like that. I thought it was gonna be one or the other. I was more on the Shadow side. I'm like, you gotta do Shadow at this point. Clearly, Knuckles joined the crew. Love Knuckles, by the way, in terms of his he has a very serious sense of humor, similar to Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's like very what is the word? Very like matter of fact and like literal. He takes things like super literally and stuff like that, and just well, I was I forgot what an examples it was. It's like ice cream. There's cream of ice or something like that. But it was very on brand. At least that's who I would think Knuckles would be, at least in a cinematic universe type way. So teased Shadow. I'm like, yes, that's how you do it. Pretty much hit all the checkpoints that in my head I wanted from this movie. So I came out of that movie very satisfied for hopefully Sonic 3. I think it's pretty much a given at this point. They like they have, I think it's like they have like a Sonic cinematic universe now, which is crazy. I think somebody's getting a spin-off. I want to say I think it's Idris Elba with Knuckles. I think he's getting a spin-off or something like that. A spin-off TV show on Paramount Plus. Somebody is. I think it's Knuckles, but they like literally making a Sonic cinematic universe. That's kind of crazy to say. but hey, I mean, it's a legitimate good video game movie, and that's kind of rare to say now. An actual pretty damn good video game based movie that actually sticks to the damn source material and doesn't do all this weird stuff like add a different main character that has no relevance or hasn't had any relevance to the plot at all. Let me calm down. None of this stuff was relevant at all. I hated it all. Oh, finally. Let me stop. But yes, very good job. Sonic 2 was great. I would definitely watch it again. I don't know if I'll watch it on my own accord. I felt very satisfied with that. That's a really good movie. A really good movie. I'm satisfied. Very satisfied. Hopefully, I don't know why this bothers me so much, but for Sonic 3, please, Sonic the restaurant, please work with call somebody. I don't know who you gotta kiss or, you gotta kiss or do some favors for, but somebody get this damn promotion where you actually have Sonic promote Sonic. Why you guys aren't doing this? This confuses the hell out of me. You guys, a chili cheese dog you guys have. Why are you not doing this? That is just the most fumbled opportunity I've ever seen. I guess, Sonic is pretty popular. It's maybe not everywhere, but still, you can do it with Sonic and maybe somebody else. But Sonic, come on. I digress. Outside of that, pretty much all I have for this week. So, with that being said, I think that will conclude episode 148 of Switch's Sights. If you did enjoy the podcast, feel free to like, rate, and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platforms. You can catch me live on Twitch TV/SaySwitch, where I do record these live Thursday evenings. You can catch archives of the show on youtube.com/SaySwitch as well. But yeah, until next time, y'all, get your damn game on. Feel free to fuck. Aw, yeah. Nobody's safe.